morning, guys. Welcome back to the Cut Up Classics YouTube channel. This morning we're traveling to my dad's. I say traveling, it's like a half-hour drive, so it is a little bit of an adventure. Pretty much got the frame done as far as we can go. So I'm gonna dig through our parts and pieces over here, which these here should be, well, one of these should be both of them. Feels like, maybe, possibly. Yes, this should be our door seal pieces. Yep, both of them are there. So I got those. Got some other miscellaneous parts that I've powder coated over the last couple weeks. Man, that thing's loud. I'm sure I woke my wife and family up. E-brake, door latches, a couple other little things. Got some nuts and bolts, heater core. Take all this with us. We're gonna swing by and grab one door on the way out. We're gonna hang it, come back, grab the second door, and then we'll go hang it. Even if I took my pickup, my dually, we'd still only take one because I don't want to strap it down. I don't want to get scuffed or anything. So we'll just swing by, throw a blanket down, lay the seat down in Berta, we'll put it on top of the seat, we'll head out there, we'll do that. Probably get that going first. Got the door seals there. Had this shop heat turned on, so it's all warm. I tried putting the little trim inside the trim, the little rubber piece inside that side trim on them the other day while I was out there, and it was cold enough, they were stiff enough, it wouldn't work. So heat's been blasting out there. It's probably gonna be miserable to work in, but hopefully those will go on so we can get all that stuff on the side of it. So let's take a road trip. Let's go get something done. Alright guys, got some precious cargo back there. Man, they're dusty from sitting on the other side of the body shop there, so we get them to my dad's, we'll get them all blown off. I already know I forgot stuff, which I was trying not to do this morning. I had everything staged, but I forgot all the rods and everything for the door latches, so we get them on there and get it shut. It might be interesting getting it open again. So we'll see what happens here. I might end up having to run back home, which is insane, but this is what happens when you're working between two shops that aren't next door to each other. So my bad, but we'll get something done. All right, guys, I got this trim piece on here. That was not fun. I didn't even record any of it. It was kind of fighting me, but got it all snapped in there. Nice and solid. Get it all detailed up when time comes. But yeah, looks good. Gonna finish my door trim, which I just kind of stuck it on here to see how it was gonna stay, and you can see how it's gonna stay. So I actually did pick up some 3M weather stripping adhesive, which I know these originally didn't have it. As far as I know, all the factory ones I've seen just pull off, but I think I'm gonna put a little bit on the back side here in the corners, and then I'll tape them up while I'm fiddling with the door. I'm gonna make sure I knock out all the crap in the threads. We had to do it on the door hinges, just the paint's thick enough that gotta do that. I gotta find the door bolts. I'm gonna bring the door in that I have, and I'll set it on top of the stand over there, and we'll go from there. Should be interesting. So we'll keep rolling, see what we can get done. All right, you guys ready to watch me ride the struggle bus here? Because that's what this is gonna be. This weather stripping on the bottom here sits underneath this lip, this threshold here. So we used as much factory stuff on this truck as we could. So these are factory Ford stuff. That was all powder coated black. And it was actually in pretty good shape. So that was the deciding factor on using it. I didn't have to replace it. I wasn't going to. Man, I don't understand how that's supposed to work. Just must pinch that in there. So oh, maybe I'm silly. Nope, definitely not. Anyway, I'm going to get the screws ready and stuff for this, and we will go from there. So see you in a bit. Okay, now that I have the right side, that would help. I had the passenger side on the driver's side. It's not gonna work out so well that way. So this stuff just kind of sits in here like such. This is when you need 6 more sets of hands. But we're only given 1, so this by myself or not here, because it's not working out so well in my favor at the moment. I've had the ones off my Bronco multiple times, but they're all old. They're original seals. They don't curl up like this. They don't fight me every step of the way. They actually stay where they're supposed to. All right, guys, there's got to be a trick to this that I don't understand or know or grasp, because this is a pain in the butt. There's nothing to hold this stuff in here other than this little trim piece. Because I know even the piece that I have in here isn't right now. It's all rolled up because this stuff isn't built flat. It's built to sit on this piece. And here on the lip, it's got to fold out and go underneath this. All right, well, it's in there. I got a little smarter and I used some of the sound mat to hold this in place. So now when I take this back off, it should stay there. Everything's just super tight because it's all new. So we will hope that stays there. And yeah, I think I'll bring the door in now, get some stuff moved around. I do have black screws for this. I know I have, these are actually a little small from what they're supposed to be. I do have the right ones in a stainless, and I think I have some I coated black too. So we'll see. There's not really much stainless hardware on this thing. I was trying to keep it all as black as possible, but we might see how it looks, see how it goes. Like I said, get this one in. I'm gonna get the door in here. We'll get it, chase the threads. We'll see if we can get put on here. All right, guys, probably gonna jinx myself here. Say things are going a little smoother. Starting to figure out where my dad keeps all of his stuff. Hard working in a shop that's not yours without the shop owner here knowing exactly where everything's at. We are just chasing some threads here with this dinosaur DeWalt tool, but it's doing the job, so can't complain. There's enough paint and buildup and old junk in those that thought we'd chase them, make it a lot easier to put the doors on. So, yeah. Get this finished up and we'll try and hang a door. Whew, not gonna lie, that was a little nerve-wracking. It's on there. It actually closes pretty decent. I got the latches over here somewhere. I've lost them like 4 times today already, so bear with me. Oh hey, look, there it is. I think this is this guy. It's been so long since we've had this thing, and actually it's not, it's the other side, but it's been so long since we've had this thing apart, back together. So many pieces, man, it's interesting. So I'm gonna get the right one here, well, the left one, which is the correct one, and we'll get it bolted in there loosely, and we'll see if we can't shut the door for good and never open it again, because I don't have any of the latches on me, they're handles, so let's try that. On to the next thing. Get the heater core put in here. This was kind of a battle to find this right heater core. I don't really know why, but it sure was. Got one from LMC, and it wasn't even close. It was like 3 inches too short. So then I picked one up from O'Reilly's, and the first one was wrong, but we tried a different part number, and it came in right. So don't really understand that, but got the right one. Honestly, the old one was not leaking, but it's out. Might as well do it now. There's that. Then this guy goes on here like such and seals tight against that. Just gave this thing a quick scuff and shoot, tested the heater motor, it was all good, didn't squeak, didn't squall, didn't make any noises, so we're leaving that alone. Get these put on here. We'll get this slid in. Just one more thing that's off the shelf and on the truck again. So, all right, guys, I got the second door hung here, and I wanted to show you kind of aligning these is lots of fun. So you don't want to just go slam the door. You don't know where the hinges are. They move here a little bit. They move on the door in and out. So as this one sits, it's not going to clear. It's not going to clear the cowl right there. So then you want to look up. I mean, obviously it's close. So we loosen the hinges up a little bit in here. Then I can pull the door back this way, which is going to take the top away from there. We'll snug one of these back up. You want to take your time on these, especially on something you just had painted. Could really do yourself some damage if you just went and swung this door shut, because it was way worse when I first looked at it. So move the door there a little bit. There's room, but it's still tight. The door, and look, you can see right here, it's still super tight, which means the hinge needs to twist. So the door needs to lean back. So I'm gonna reach in here real gently and take these loose, and we'll tip that door. So let's get that up. All right, guys, so we'll reach in here real gently. I know Andy just kind of loosely put these in, so we're just gonna kind of go like that. Definitely moved, so I'm gonna tighten one of these back up real gently. Okay, we're super high still, and the bottom needs to go forward. So, that will probably actually make a pretty big difference. Woo. Close, close. I honestly think this door needs to come out just a hair now. Here. And down here. So let's adjust that and see what we get. Another thing to think about before putting the latch in here and smacking it into the strike. Kind of eyeball it here. You guys can't really see it, but it needs to come up just a hair, it looks like. You can kind of see, you know, the middle of the latch location here and see where the strike's at. So it needs to be bumped up just a smidge. So probably do that, and then we'll see if it shuts. New seals. Tight fit, but it closes. Everything looks good. Obviously, we will have some more fine tuning once the front fenders are on to make sure everything lines up in and out and with the body line here, but looks pretty good in the back there. So I did figure out though that I don't have these clips. I think they broke. So I'm gonna order some new clips for this. I'll probably put this one together, get it on here, just less stuff laying around. I do have some work to do to the top, but I think I'm gonna wait till I have help because I need to scoot it back. That whole debacle with the wrong clips and stuff. Got all that now though, but I think I'll wait. I think it's gonna pour down rain outside. Better close up my Bronco. My other Bronco. I think Berta's wide open. Yep, I'll be back. So, got the e-brake pedal here. It's all sandblasted, powder coated. Not a piece that needs to go in right now, but it's also one of those pieces I have that can go in, and it'll get it out of my way. So let's get that bolted in here. It's just gonna kind of free float for now. Obviously it will attach to the firewall, those two holes there, but the dash is not in it yet. So, excuse me. My plan is next time I'm here to get the dash in it. Oh, man, I wanna get heater box in it, and this has a dealer installed AC unit that goes in it. So it's like a, pardon me, it's like a freestanding unit that goes inside of here, between here and the edge of the dash. It's got its own controls. Kind of a cool deal. No sense putting vintage air in it or anything like that since I already have it, and it's kind of cool that it was a dealer installed option, not factory. It was opted for when it was at the dealership. So that'll get cleaned up and brought over next time. We will also get the wiring harness brought over next time. I do have a couple more accessories to run. This will get heated seats just like my other truck. It's a super simple thing to do, and it just adds a little bit to these older trucks. So we'll get those wires ran for that. I do have a center console out of a 15 through 20, I believe, F-150. So that gives us the console with the cup holders in the side there, cup holders in the back. It'll have heat vents in the back, charging for USB, I think, which I also, on another note, have the old cigarette lighter, or cigarette ashtrays, not lighters, just the ashtrays that were in the back side panels back here. And I have retrofitted those, so they have, I think, USB-C chargers in them. I could be wrong. So you open those up and there'll be a little plug in there. So some charging amenities in the back. Trying to make this thing a little more modern, but back to the center console, it'll have the handheld floor shifter, I guess. I'm losing my words today. But yeah, floor shifter, and it'll have the shift up and shift down button in it. Like my truck, Berta outside, I have push buttons on the steering wheel, and they're a pain in the butt. But This will make it look more factory, and then we'll tie all that back into the factory dash. That'll be kind of cool. So I have one of those. I might start trying to fit it. It's not the one that's going to go in here. It'll probably go in our other truck, but at least start fitting it in here. I have right here, I have the transmission tunnel hump there, so I'll get that setting in there at least today. Yeah, next time I think we'll bring the dash, kind of stuff like that, start buttoning it up, making it look a little more done. Got lots to do left, but it'll probably be going home soon, being set on the frame. So let's get this e-brake installed, quit yapping, and get something done. All right, guys, all in all, productive day. Doors are on, aligned for the most part. I just actually pulled this one loose and pulled it out just a little bit. It was sunk in pretty good. So I'm gonna stop while I'm ahead. There's no sense fine tuning them 100% right now. We still gotta put windows in them and all that stuff, which I have the windows, I have the regulators, I have all the parts, waiting on getting them tinted, so I need to drop those off. The windshield, I'm hoping, will be here this week, so they can come back out and put that in, get that buttoned up. This door, well, looks pretty good. Might be a little bit of a big gap here, a little tight here, so that whole door will end up pushing forward just a little bit. Like I said, lots of fine tuning, and that we can do. Loosen these guys up and just pull it forward a little bit. So that will get squared away a little more before we put the fenders on, because it's way easier to get to those with the fenders off of it. This trim, like I said, is done on this side. It looks really good. Still got to buff it, all that. Obviously, it's got to be 100% detailed before it's all said and done. I do have all the clips and stuff for the top. Like I said, the bolts are in my truck outside. I don't know. The clips are laying underneath that drop cloth right there. So we'll get that done next time, I think, when I have some help. My dad might be home by then, I'm not sure. Heater box is in. It's all been cleaned up. Inside and out was wiped down a little bit. I'll get that final detailed up before the dash goes in. Like I said, next time the dash will probably go in it. And the wiring harness and whatnot. Pedals in, we did that last time. E-brake is in, kind of hanging out there. Transmission tunnel sitting on there. So I got a little list. I'm gonna order clips for this. I'm gonna order clips for the front ones because I'm pretty sure those are missing. I've also got a list of stuff to come from the house, door handles, stuff like that, so we can get those buttoned up. Maybe start putting the windows in it, we'll see. I do have all the wing window stuff, the tracks and all that. So like I said, I need to get those tinted, which probably just drop those off and get those done this week. So if I do come out next weekend, I can tinker with that. So like always, guys, we got lots of stuff going on. The 55 will get 4-link this week. The Mustang, the Evanor car will get floors started maybe. I do have a bunch of big handrail jobs that I picked up. I do gates and handrails also, kind of diversify that way if the car stuff ever slows down, which it never has yet. Knock on wood. We'll see. Hopefully it keeps going like this. But yeah, always got stuff going on, guys. So if you like what you're seeing, like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you have that notification bell on so you don't miss any of the content. You don't miss any of this exciting adventures we have going on here. Yeah, like I said, leave a comment. Let us know what you think, what you like, what you don't like, what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong. Doesn't bother me. Let us know. So until next time, guys, thanks for stopping by the Cutting Up Classics YouTube channel. And until next time, keep building awesome stuff. Later.